with 5 or so minutes before the end of the first half.
Okay.
I'm going to argue, did he handle the ball then? Was there a penalty then? Took her time before making the decision.
Oh, he stood on his foot on a turn. So it wasn't a tackle. Having looked at it carefully, he stood on his foot, and that's the time when he realized that he messed up.
Well, Galula goes and catches at his toes to back up your claim then, Max. You're not holding the shin or the knee, it's the toes that he's worried about. And free here. Kabubi. With a big decision.
Onera and Dario have never been impressed from that moment. But they were not even part of the action. They didn't see what the referee saw.
We had to look closely on the replay.
And never wanted to commit until we saw where he stepped on his foot. It's a definite penalty.
So, Amanda, with a big moment coming up. Panera chased out the box.
When the referee gives instruction, doesn't the keeper remind you of the Lesotho keeper and Disiro? Disiro said, when the Lesotho keeper kept on saying,
I know my job.
I know my job.
Conceded a penalty. In fact, Dario is having a hard time letting this go here. But conceded a penalty, didn't want to keep up Lesotho. And when being reminded of the rules in penalty, kept just responding, I know my job.
But I'm glad that Coach Notsi ended up addressing that at the end of the I just need to talk to
unless sasa nirudi pale kwa apart from
on 4 goals. Mazel on 3. Would have come into this match very much away. Goal scorers will be aware of such things. And looking to make up or catch up, maybe I should say.
Kuna mahali iko na dola lakini iko
all the way to the edge of the 18-yard box.
But sasa pale ndani before tukuja hapa kwa panel unayo ilikuwa naweza sema aje ilikuwa nini?
Did they watch that game? Can he do or will he do the same?
What a save! What a save by Armando!
Monetization nimeona kwa setting.
Exactly what I was describing, Caesar. They watched him, must have said, this time he knows that we are watching, he might change.
Iweke on.
He went the right side.
Iweke on, sidio?
Well,
then license, let YouTube insert, sidio?
They respectfully pleaded their case, and in the end,
choose your
justice is done.
Same balance.
Intervention.
Oh, sawa. Wacha niweke hiyo kwanza. Thank you. Nimeona.
Early move forward, yeah. Namibia losing out on the chance to take the lead into the halftime break.
There's one line that is very popular. If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Okay.
He still had to do what he did last time.
You know, in this day and age, speaking to a lot of players, and especially professionally, we find out that they study penalty takers and know which is your preferred side. So at times maybe penalty takers want to keep them guessing that they expect you to go right. Let me try left this time.
They even go to an extent now during penalty kicks where they even have the names on the board. You know the story.
Yep. Well protected well here. Dario, the early ball in. Very well dealt with defensively. Well, in a hurry now. Try and find the lead before the end of this first half. Dalton looking to go a bit more direct in search of Dario. Namibia with a nice little run by Mazo in the middle of the park. Nice take him receiving it initially, but good work. Dropping back then from the Mozambicans. Struggling here with the rhythm going forward. Dario now. Ilago. 3 defenders around him. One of them, the captain Dario, he's also got a problem with he's outnumbered as soon as he gets to the ball. Early ball forward then, and the defenders did a good job of both dealing with the movements of Ahmed. Oh, what a save, man. He got down so well here to his right. It's hit with power, so gets a strong hand onto it. Gets right. And pushes it to the right. And getting it clear of danger. Big play from Armando. Thanks for Costa del Sol. So, 3 minutes will be added on here. We've had a minute. That penalty. Biggest talking point of this first half, not just because there was a penalty missed late on, because there were so few chances created as well in this first half. Sides really struggling at times and putting together 4 or 5 passes. Now on the near side is Alago. Paul then Salton here, operating in the right back position. Plays for Braca de Chuben. Keep in mind the finalists already in the tournament. The goalies will be watching on here, learning, plotting. Taking the team of Angola. And we'll expect will all be around the coast in Pedro Gonçalves, the man from Portugal right now. Well, at times the Mozambicans and Namibians may not have been at their best in this tournament, but one thing they have been very good at is hard to break down, even when they're not at their best offensively. And that is the case once again here in this semi-finals, as for Mozambique, the big talking point will be the penalty saved by Armando when he denied Muzeru from scoring the 4th goal and joining the top goal scorers list late in that first half. Outside of that, they huffed and they puffed, both these sides, but really cancelled each other out and didn't find too much in the way of penetration. No closer. We are to knowing now who will be back on Sunday to play against Angola in the final. You see that not having too much to worry about in that first 45 minutes. It's Mozambique no, Namibia no at half-time. Well, numbers say it all then. Just a 1 goal attempt for Mozambique and 1 shot on target. Namibia not stretching.
About how to live stream, and I'm going to share some of my tips.
So one of the very clean game of football, a are competing, but still very little separating them in a game that's pretty much stuck in the middle of the park.
Guys, welcome back to our video. Today I'm going to be talking about how much YouTube pays me for live streaming. So
getting those box entries and getting good looks at the goalkeeper. Even in ball possession stats, you can't say the advantage is too much in favor of Namibia. Very equal game of football this. We await the next 45 to know who will make the final.
as
124 US dollars. That's how much I had put aside to travel Africa.
Brands are spending north of $10 billion on branded content, meaning having their products and services promoted by creators, influencers, and other businesses. But if you're sending people to your link in bio in order to promote that brand partner's content, then you're losing out on all those potential email.
Elroy, at that moment of the tournament, the second semi-final, overall impression from your sort of point of view of TSG?
Yeah, I think the two games that was played was very good. We had the first one with very tactical flexibility in that game. Now we see in the Namibia game, it's a bit both teams trying to find the momentum. So, you know, it's that of playing a high line, high press. Everyone just want to get that win and then sit back and protect that score.
Up to
this point, we left with the third and fourth place and the last final. Have you achieved your objectives as TSG?
Or rather,
yeah, it's still, the job is not done yet. So we're still looking at players, obviously. I think the next task is putting a team together at the end of the team of the tournament, and obviously still recording steps of what's happening in the games now.
Well, Namibia,
is there anything conspicuous or
still struggling to
that you can
really get it together around the final third, opposed these sides?
Nothing much. I think from our point of view, there wasn't a lot of injuries, which is actually a good thing. A lot of teams keeping clean sheets, meaning defending well. Not much goals scored, actually, as we've seen in the group stages. So let's see on Sunday, and then we can make a full conclusion.
Okay, thank you very much. And we'll see you on Sunday, the big one.
Once he went, there was no coming back.
Thank you.
And the defender who could have played the ball then heeded the call and prayed.
Then I will be joined by the man that has always been with me and sharing these moments. That's Wilson Mutekele. And Wilson is the man that really has been our eyes and ears when it comes to the on the field and on the field. Wilson, I'm sure one thing that you have seen with this first half is
decision made, and it's a penalty, I believe.
That you can write home about.
Yes, it has been a close contact.
Surprise, or maybe even shocked. A few of the Mozambicans took a time.
This video is proudly brought to you by Hollywood.
Enjoyed a bit of exchanges, but Mozambique were repairing it and resulting.
This video is
just rapid.
He started a chance here to take the lead.
Namibia
with 5 or so minutes before the end of the first half.
Just thought, this could have
been
something different,
the ball then?
but it's just been tight.
Was there a penalty then?
Talking about
took a time before making the decision.
This has just been how tight the game has been.
Yes. Namibia camping in that half, trying to push. That was a very close chance.
Yeah, Musou whipping it in.
Yes.
And what could have been done there?
I think he should have pushed a drawback rather than trying to put it in front of the defense. It could have been a drawback. There was a free player who could have just tapped it in.
And there was also a player in the middle.
In the middle, yes.
Lurking, and in that lurking moment, he could have been noticed.
Yeah.
But also came a moment that we thought this could be a decider.
Yes.
And take us through that penalty.
Yes.
Not the taking of it, the foul itself.
The foul of it. It looked like it was on the softer side. But there was conduct, and now the good thing is we have VR with us, and I'm sure they confirmed that.
The reason I'm smiling is that we were also hesitant, not until we saw the slow-mo when Kulula was fouled. At the time I thought, no, he wasn't touched, but I realized that he stepped on his foot.
Yes, there was conduct there exactly. There was conduct in the box, and yes.
Referee got it right. She was brave to give it.
Very brave.
Yeah,
very brave. Very brave.
But then, the taking of it, Museu.
But again, you look at that, the goalkeeper looks like he moved also slightly before the ball was taken. And yes, the front diver looked like he was off the line before the penalty was taken. Let's see. No, he was right. The other foot was on the line. The other foot was on the line.
Yeah,
yes.
Because there is a VAR, so you can't get away with anything.
Perfect.
It's VAR and it's you and your team.
Yes, like we said, there's completely reduction of error of margin in terms of application there. So, spot on.
Spot on, and as usual, thank you very much for your time, and we'll be seeing you at the end of the match.
Thank you, Maf.
Thank you. Right. Well, that's half-time score. 0-0 to the two sides. Tight it was, and it will be a very exciting second half because someone needs to meet Angola.
Namibia again has no YouTube. You can have the contents that you have. So far, because I was preparing, I've grouped it according to the number of views. So this is the highest video, which is at 125,000 views, followed by the next video, which has 105,000 views. And this is where I want us to focus mainly on. We also got
minutes remaining in the second half here for both Mozambique and Namibia to find a bit of penetration and get things right in what has been a bit of a challenge for them so far in this tournament in the final third, and take their destiny into their own hands here in a game where there hasn't been a goal scored as yet and very few goal scoring opportunities. In fact, the one to speak of in the first half, a penalty save from Armando late in the first half, then and in the end he denied Brazil impressively. That's the best moment of this match so far, that save from Armando. And for the men in your picture losing out on a chance, that being Namibia, to take the lead into the halftime break. Other than that, they battled and scrapped in the middle of the park here, and very little separating these sides. They both can improve drastically in the way of the attacking play and the rhythm. So far, it's been a defender's game here, and these sides have cancelled each other out to a point where one save from the penalty spot is the major talking point from a first half where the man in your picture came good in what had been a quiet half for the most part for him, the goalkeeper for Costa del Sol. Elago will make way here. Namibia bringing on Richard. Mozambique themselves will be making a change. Interesting that both sides bring on players with the number 15 on their backs. Fernandinho, the man on for Mozambique. So, it is Mozambique to get the second half underway. They attack the goal to the left of your picture. The men in white go right. So far, very Few chances, very little creativity and service for the frontline men. Interesting then Fernandinho will come on here and operate in the middle of the park to maybe try and find that creativity here for this Mozambican side. Plays for Black Bulls in Mozambique. Only played 56 minutes over this tournament. In his 2 appearances, he's coming off the bench. This is third where he's coming off the bench. Will have the most minutes in a single match at this tournament here in the second half. Mohamed plays for Al Daid. Also kept very quiet in that first half. Sultan. We also enjoyed just 1 appearance so far in this tournament. The man in the right back position, Mozambican coach Victor Martin, introducing a few players here to some serious game time. Thanks to Vasimbi in it. He's a second start. Sultan, Hussein, all of them enjoying their second starts only of the tournament. Changes have even been true from a goalkeeping point of view for Mozambique, where Armando saved the penalty in the first half. Only had 2 previous matches in this tournament, so wasn't the man that started the tournament for the Mozambicans. He's taking that goalkeeping position later on in the group stages. So certainly he's trying to give everybody a run, the man in your picture a moment ago. Saved the penalty in the first half. Well, here's a chance. Just couldn't get over the 2 previous matches in this tournament. So wasn't the man that started the tournament for the Mozambicans. He's from a Namibian point of view, their coach Colin Benjamin was making that change where Ben Richards came on. Also another player that was amongst the regulars but did enjoy 138 minutes of play in this tournament so far, coming into the semi-finals. Of course, if you weren't with us in the first half, the big decision from the match referee, Bushra Kabubi, was the penalty given to Mozambique. There have been those that doubted that decision at first, but in the end it was a spot-on decision. Now, with numbers in the box towards that far post, that's exactly where the ball goes, and so close in the end. 3 men were protecting the post to the right of the goalkeeper then, and so nice when you see a set piece work out as well as this, the men piling onto the far post. That's exactly where that cross ended up. Osama climbing up high, then just couldn't steer it towards goal, even if it was on target. Do very much suspect the 3 men backing up. The zero would have gotten it clear. Best we've seen from the Mozambicans. Nicely done. Dead ball situation then, in and around that final third. With a pace on the far side. Chamito. Another set piece it will be for them. Trying to keep a close eye here on Chamito is Gambelina of Orapa FC, giving that set piece away. 3 in the wall here, organized by Desero. Well, they had a set piece. Some 4 or 5 minutes ago, that would have been encouraging here for the Mozambicans. Again, big men forwards. Osama amongst those on the penalty spot outside of your picture right now. They look to spread out then as that ball is played in. So numbers, yeah. All awaiting a good ball, and when you are struggling in open play, you really have to give yourself a chance with these dead balls, and it's all about just putting in the right spot and hoping everybody else plays their part. But for them to stand a chance of doing their jobs in the box, you have to put it there. Walter, the man that's overdone it.
Yeah, Walter there was nowhere near the bodies. Sometimes when you're not sure, when you can't pick a man, play it in those messes and see who wants it badly. It could be an opponent who wants it badly.
At the very least, make them work to get it clear and earn the right to get it clear. Now, Namibia. First 6 minutes here, we've had 1 or 2 moments. This moment belonging to the Mozambicans. Here they are winning it back in a good area after the mistake, and first touch showing too much. From Jamito again.
Yeah, Jamito's first touch straight into the opponent who really wanted to get clear of the ball, and he made it easy for him.
2-on-2 situation.
Those are the ones where you come down and then you don't release the ball early.
Watch your ball. Header. Good communication from Adesiro to allow his teammates to allow it to run out for the goal kick. I was just making the point about Jamito. As we look at this header again, in that 2-on-2 situation, teammate gives. You have to give him a chance to make the run and find the opening or create the opening for you in his movement.
Also try to get closer to the opponent, not make it obvious that it's a 2-on-2, so you're going to just share the ball early. Sometimes you may not even need him because he might just help you take away the opponent.
That's exactly the point. Give him the chance to buy some time for him. On here in the second half, Richards operating out on that far side. Yet to really get a touch on the ball when Namibia is on the front foot to help create in the middle of the park. Find this situation funny. Whistle goes, but immediately gets up and kicks the ball into the opponent before he has a chance to go back to the times maybe try to get him in trouble. Good vision, heavy touch. In fact, well watched by the defender. I should say, I should give credit to the defender then. Sultan. Richard going up against him for the first time since coming on and getting to find out the strength of the man. Getting bullied there on that far side.
Strength for strength, and Sultan won that one.
Will they go again? Well, he's taking them all out on that far side, Sultan. See, there's called for the foul here. 10 minutes into the second. This time was a little naughty, then lashing out a bit then to the knees of Golula. Didn't get away with it. Well spotted by the referee. Same as the penalty. Without a second look at that, some of us had missed it. Now, all into the boxes. A disappointing one again with numbers in there.
The previous one landed in the same spot in no man's land. This was the first penalty saved in the tournament so far, in my memory. Saved, not missed.
It comes to mind, yes. You have to check it, be sure, but... middle of the park, yeah. Dario trying to provide the option out of that far side. Again, is really well watched. Very interested in watching that back four from Namibia. Very rarely do they break that back four line. The left and right backs hardly push forward, so it's hard for them to exploit the space behind them. Since I started talking about them, they've stayed as four in a straight line. Whether they move forward or backwards, it stays four. Even now, outside of your ball, it's just four. And when you look at the shape of this Mozambique side, it's now three at the back with one push forward on that far side. There's still four at the back right now.
Marshaled by Kamberippa, who is just slightly behind them and telling them to stay push.
Now pushing forward a bit here on this near side. Actually, the cross in with numbers in there. Ooh, it was a 4-on-3 situation in that box. Very well done defensively by the Mozambicans. Decent ball as well.
Moseo whipped in that one so well, and I just wanted to see his attitude after the penalty was saved. And it looks like he's still in the game. You know, sometimes he can be so despondent. Fortunately for him, though, Sizo, is that it happened just before halftime, so he had time for the coach to say, "This
forget about it." Yeah, didn't have time to let the form dip, and the half ended quickly. Again, strength, telling for Sultan against the youngster Richard, then, who's just come on in the second half. Twice they've come together. Twice it's just been a nudge here, physically. And the ball has been won back by the man wearing the number 18 jersey. Another foul here.
I'm not bad at sign language, but I've just picked up what the referee could have said there. Because he pointed at us, says you'll be joining them up there if you continue doing that.
Again, another sign of a frustrated side that's struggling to create chances is when they start to really take hopeful shots from a long way out. It's from Summerstrand and still far from the center circle. That
didn't we see that in the last 2-3 games in the past where the guys are just desperate now because they've let it slip earlier or didn't take their chances?
Yeah, and now it's in the scramble for places towards the end of the group stages. Find yourself chasing a game and in need of goals. Even if you are winning a game, you need goals. On the last day, which was the case for the South Africans. Well, we'll remember this for what some may say all the wrong reasons. For the telling stories, where all the heavyweights were pretty much gone to the end of the group stage. No hosts, no defending champions, no entertaining Zimbabwe, who had just made a comeback. Kenya, who arrived and made a huge impact with the opener, setting the tone with that beating of Zambia. They themselves couldn't get out the group stages. Right in front of the referee. Yellow card then. Petrus, Cape Town City man, pleading his case. The shout or scream of agony maybe a little bit worse than the incident was. I'm not saying it wasn't a foul, but you got the impression it was a heavy bit of contact. Yellow card then. Petrus. Again, takes out City, man. Crucial. In a game where in open play, they just aren't getting it right. Go. Didn't hold on. A little surprised to see though that's maybe popped through to him. Shout to the side of agony. Maybe a little bit worse than the incident. I'm not saying it wasn't a foul, but should have been still the impression it was a heavy bit of contact.
Abila confused the skipper there because he was also confused. He didn't know what was happening, who was coming. And he saw the hand there, he was lucky.
And surprised him and just showed it was a far post. And he was shouting away to his teammates.
Just last minute gasp when he just outstretched his hands to make sure that he pushes for the corner.
Last possible moment, Mox. Everybody back defending for Namibia, and in the end, but he had to be on the line then to deny Fernandinho, and for a moment it looked as though Gisela was wrong-footed and it might creep into the back of the net.
Just as it was coming to him, I just felt, hit it, and he hit it.
Well,
you know there are those balls this way in this game where you just say, hit me, bubbling nicely.
It's begging to be put away. Bit of pressure here on Namibia over the last 3 or 4 minutes. Dario's doing a good job in making them have to get it clear with decent balls into the box. With everybody back defending his side, with 2 outside the box are favored for the second ball. Should the defenders get it first? Penalty check. VAR is currently hard at work. Keep in mind, we did have a VAR moment in the first game. Right now, Maria Rivets as well as Jacinda Santos having a word with Abusha Kabubi, and we've already had a penalty, keep in mind, in the first half. Armando had the save. Nervous moments these for the Namibians. Life moves on. It's all good. Check complete. Nice header defensively. Oh, no, that's a near post. Dario again. Well, I will say this about Gisilo, he is very vocal. But still the best and most vocal has been Namura Lesotho. He was the most entertaining. For those of us that could understand him, he really communicates, that guy. Even tell his teammates when they're going to chip them.
A funny moment, Caesar. Doesn't realize that we can all hear that.
Brazil and company losing out in the middle of the park. Pace now from Machamito, head up. Not too many options. He's buying time then for teammates to try and get into good positions. They're very well watched defensively, and in the end he was dealt with himself.
Sometimes when you break through like that, don't worry about teammates. They will have to worry about the ball. Just whip it in. Let them fly in. You know, sometimes a cross makes you accelerate your paces because you don't know when it's going to be played. Once it's played, you just accelerate, and you could get at the end of it.
Thought he had won it back legally, Fernandinho. Shouts from the Mozambican bench as soon as Akulula went to ground and the whistle went. They didn't see nothing wrong. With a little shove from Fernandinho. Well, we know just what they want. We're 65 minutes gone by here at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. Goals. On the scoreline, goals just what they need. Chamito taken out then. And in the end, the decision goes against him as well. Had gone out of play. Now look at this challenge on Chamito.
The clients, how are the girls?
It's just a lot of women cheating on their husbands. That's the main thing.
Question: Is this Brown Town cheating?
Yeah, a lot of Pakistani girls cheating on their husbands.
Everyone was always cheating, and now we just know about it.
No, I don't think so.
Like, do you think in our parents' generation everyone was cheating? It's kind of like there's so many other movements.
Maybe I'm from Kashmir. We're a bit different. We're just like we don't know what cheating is. Okay. It's very like a rural environment.
You guys are in the mountains.
Yeah.
Namibia. Well, we look at the shots on target. They are just 5 so far in this match. Mando still with the best moment in the match. Into the first half. So low and hard, but that's quality. That's good, strong hand onto it. A couple of players down then as the play continues. In fact, one of them is up. The other now gingerly getting back up onto his feet. Well, they did make their first final back in 1989, did Namibia, hoping to get there again. Interesting when you look up their records, usually when they've gotten to a semi-final, they've gone beyond the semi-final, Namibia. Not very many times, but runners up in 99, winners in 2015, and runners up in 2022. So, should they not win here against Mozambique, this will be their first semi-final loss.
Ask me, Siswe, they really not convincing up to the stage. They're not in charge. They're not composed. But who knows? One of them can put the ball in the back of the net anytime soon.
The ball to this near side, Muzo. Squares up against the defender. Find a bit of time and space for the ball in towards the near post. Namibia now trying to keep the Angolans on the back foot. Now, work it out wide to Richards. Goes for the early shots. nowhere close. First time he's been able to drift in field to get away from his marker to that far side, that being Sultan. 20 minutes remaining. But if he can continue to work his way, working in field to create scoring angles. Defense able to deal with the threat of Chamito. Now, Richard did well then to get the head of the opponent again. Now to make much headway in trying to push forward. This time it's Fernandinho that deals with him.
Okay. Hello.
Just looking at the Namibian records in this tournament where they did score against Angola and beat Lesotho with a 2-1 score. Just showing from a goal scoring point of view was in the last match where they beat Seychelles 3-1. So it got better as the tournament went along for the Namibians, and they've come a bit unstuck here against the Mozambicans, who themselves are pretty well organized defensively.
Yeah. Hello.
Again, continues to do a good job as Sultan in his battle here against Richard on that left flank. Looking quiet here. Namibia with a man down. Mozambique will be making a change. Ahmed will be making way here. Coming on in his place is Maestro. Now, there are a couple of Maestros in this tournament. Keep in mind, the Maestro that plays for Mozambique and is entering the game now, wearing the number 6 jersey. Maestro by nickname, keep in mind. Then there's the Maestro that plays for Angola, who's very many people's favorite player, quite possibly of this tournament. Won, 3 Men of the Match awards. The beautiful thing about it, Max, is that the two maestros can fight it out in the final for who's the top maestro of the COSAFA region.
Who's the real maestro?
Will the real maestro please stand up? At this point, we start to take penalties. But before that, we have to start off by pointing out two scores now may very well win a place in the final. It's never looked a game with too many goals in it. Fernandinho. Diaz. Living dangerously, but well, he got it done, showing some nice footwork. But I don't know too many coaches that would have enjoyed that moment if it was one of theirs doing what Ndisiro did then a moment ago. The man from African Stars, Max. All the years I saw you play, I never saw you show such nifty footwork, Maximo Pugnani. You were just about goals and shit.
That was a nifty footwork. He's better than more players I know.
By the way, speaking of goals, I was in the pleasure of being in the company of some of your colleagues from years gone by, your counterparts, and all of them strikers. Teresco Sana, Shane McGregor, and Peter Musimani. Peter walks up to me and he looks at Shane. He says, "You know that man?" He points at Shane. He says, "Some of us used to score 14 goals a season. He scored 25, 30. He's a real striker, that one." Saying that about Shane McGregor, which I thought was a very nice comment. Nice compliment as well.
Yeah, the way players that were banging them in. I mean, you look at the late Thomas, who's fooling Mutlongwane. You look at the gentleman called Michael Jackson, that was his nickname, from Durban Bushbucks, Calvin Peterson, and Mike Mangena.
Calvin Peterson, yeah.
And we had a lot of hitmen there. Even Noel Cousins. It was just always a good competition.
Coached the Tucks for some time, Neil Cousins. University of Pretoria. Yeah.
You wouldn't shot goals week in and week out. Les Grobler.
There's also Grant Johnson from Atlantic.
Not to my knowledge as one of those contestants in the package that I've offered.
Am I thinking the wrong name? Yeah. But yeah, under 16 remaining, and a bit of a problem here. And I don't think it's the first time he's looked to be struggling in this half here. So this doesn't come as a big surprise. So they may have to consider making the change here later on. Namibia. And the man who's struggling here is Shitodo of, well, I love this name, Yeshoke Chula Chula.
Chula Chula.
No.
Lovely cross, lovely ball played into space.
That's
and
where
that's the one that was cleared from the line by Benera. Bonera.
Contact on the ankle as the hind leg swings through. And still has to take evasive action in avoiding the advertising boards. Is the youngster coming on here for the Namibians. As well as Joseph. The striker plays for Blue Waters. Only had 37 minutes of this tournament played so far, so we'll certainly be looking to have a bit of an impact. Joseph, a midfielder again, they're looking for a bit of creativity here. Born in 2003, Joseph also plays for Yeshoke Chula Chula. He's only had 24 minutes of play in this tournament. Well, they once again ensure the Namibians don't break them down, but don't hold on for too long themselves to Mozambique. Stuck in the middle of the park for the most part. This game is Chamito. Gets a bit physical then with Garumbe. Maestro yet to really put his foot on the ball here and try and shake things up as we look back at the battle between the number threes. The bigger man coming out tops again. Last 10 minutes. last thing any of the defensive sides would like to do now is make an error that leads to a goal. Namibia looking to find a bit of momentum here going into this last 10, keep the opponents on the back foot. Decision against. Remember then. Well, for the first time they've come together over the last 5 minutes. I think the call is for a handball then against Garumbe. Everybody back defending here for the Namibians. What's interesting is the number pushed forward here for Mozambique, including the line being held here. High.
My name is Munsur Dale. I'm a professor of electrical engineering and computer science at MIT. The partnership that we have with...
I'm good.
Nimejaribu kutafuta hiyo tuta ndani ameifuta. Aoko can be a drunkard but Aoko is honest. Aoko asubuhi alisema kuna mbogi imekula 5 asubuhi. Aoko alisema mita tano. Aoko natafuta hiyo tuta lakini kama alifuta. Alisema kuna mbogi imekula 5M na tutashangaa sana kuona revolution. Aoko can be a drunkard, Aoko can be a yapa, lakini Aoko kuna vitu Aoko leo akija ametema na sasa nimetafuta hiyo kitu naona kama alifuta, but alisema asubuhi kuna mbogi imeitwa State House na they are ready to negotiate even if it's go higher than 5M they can go higher. Na kuna
negotiators who
they know that they are the ones who are hosting these spaces, a lot of spaces, so they decided to capture them. Unaelewa? Yeah, Aoko alisema kuna hiyo tweet ya Aoko, sijui hata nimejaribu hata wish ningekuwa nime screenshot. Na pia kuna hii mbogi inajifanya haijui huyu jamaa alikuwa anakula meza moja na wao. Hii ni game, tumeishi tao bana, tunajua hii mchezo. Kuna mbogi inajifanya haijui, lakini information ilikuwa imetoka.
Oh, I'm a best disaster.
Just closing yourself.
Watch your fucking bana, wasijifanya hata hawajui shit.
Nothing at all.
All right. We just pick our well and move on.
In fact, you and I should
wanajifanya
take the first.
Kama wameenda wakamake decision huko kwa haya tape na kuambia mzuri. Sisi tuna akili, sisi hatuko class 1. If that's what they have decided, let them go.
I wish ningekuwa nime screenshot hiyo tweet ya Aoko asubuhi. Aoko alisema kuna kwa table ni 5M and you can negotiate going up. Kwa hivyo
kila mtu alikuwa mita tano ama
just didn't have any options in the way of
they did not want a lot of people, they wanted to the heads. Unataka kuua nyoka nenda kwa kichwa, wanataka kile ile kichwa.
Watajua hii nyoka iko na vichwa.
Sasa hivyo
hawezi bribe sisi wote.
Juu kama Aoko alikuwa na hiyo info almost 7, ilikuwa ni 7 ama 8 Aoko akitweet hiyo tweet. Kama alikuwa na hiyo info at that time, kumaanisha hii game ilianza hata si mchezo ya leo. Unasikia?
Ni kitu amekuwa kiconsider.
Hii si mchezo. Sasa kama boys za State House sahi na hostia akiwa State House.
Okay. Bwana tusikie kitu huyu jamaa atasema, huyu jamaa anaitwa Jamri ni wa UDA. Jamri, talk to us.
Yes, the University of Namibia man out in the position again.
Jika mnanisikia.
Maestro.
So unajua mimi nimeona wasema kwa tusi ni unajua first nataka kusema like mimi si
about this time my colleagues asked you questions for the post-match
relax
interviews that we don't know as we look back at the
unajua mimi nilichaguliwa una get
back for a while you might be able to should have still
tulianza polling center unajua ni grassroots election ikianza polling center, tukatoka polling center tukaenda ward, tukatoka ward tukakuja constituency, unaona. So me niliwin hizo tatu, it's not like something I was given. So I get sana pia hapana bro, mimi nilipotua na wasemi mtaani ni venye like sikuwa nataka kuleta hii story huko bado na brands kadhaa na get sikuwa nataka bado kuchoma.
But also, did you see the jerseys were already behind the ball?
You're trying to say you are one of us,
but wide, in a white jersey, couldn't really even find a decent cross because of the pressure.
Me, I represent my youngins.
But look at the white shirts that you were lamenting earlier, and
na hiyo kitu like imekukinywa sana mazee. Mimi nilikuwa najua story from kitambo, but nilikuwa nasema nilikuwa nataka tu nyinyi waseme
closely watched,
but at least right now iko out there. Unajua sasa wamekuwa kitu damu unaona promo, mimi sikupatiwa hiyo. So hata wasio kibonga unajua lakini mabozo walichagua kwa sababu waliona niko na something, yani naweza kuja ni change live. Kuna I think kuna documentary na wakia on, I think mtaicheki tu. Bado tujaanza kusiona after tumekuwa elected, sasa ndio history ikatokea.
Couldn't handle it, ran away from him and presented itself to the opponent's header going just over.
Yeah, one of those that you just think it's an opportunity. And I don't know if he was aware where he was, because he lifted it instead of just, is that Bambira again? Where he just, I think it's him. No.
New man on the field is coming off the bench here. Joseph?
That's Joseph from the bench. He's just lifted it. Oh, that's not what the coach meant when he said lift the spirits when you get there. Lifted the ball.
Close to seeing it all fall apart at the end then, Armando. Now, urging one here is Colin Benjamin.
Mozambican coach was right about Colin Benjamin. It's awkward to play his team. He is such a strategist.
Fortunate enough, you were there with me in the Orlando Stadium that did two of the games during the World Cup qualifiers, and when they had their moments going forward, yes, they looked good at times, but defensively they were really difficult to break down. And Tunisia struggled against them. Didn't look like themselves at all, Tunisia. They took Tunisia out of their game. Yes, they didn't score themselves, but they really put up a good showing against a Tunisian nation that played earlier in the year, you remember, in the AFCON.
I mean, to frustrate Tunisia and get a draw, it's a bonus.
They hardly created
especially
a
at a neutral venue. If it was in Namibia, we'd say, yeah, you can't celebrate a draw at home. But it was at a neutral venue. Namibia, in fact, Tunisia could have opened their legs and say, let's go and grab this one because it's at the neutral venue. We're not fearing anything, no home crowd.
Actually taking on the move, yeah. Brazil looking to have an effect later on, and yeah, that's what they did. Just when it looked as though he was up for skinning the defender and taking him on, that's running out of space.
Might be presumptuous to say it, but you know what could be the first thing that crosses Muzoi's mind when it gets to penalties? Where do I place the ball? Always the problem. He's got to pull a Ronaldo this time. Same situation. Positivity. Oh, there's 5 minutes remaining. Possibility of penalty kicks. Museu, just like Ronaldo, goalkeeper saved. Now, the same man that saved becomes brave. Now you've got to show us how brave you are. He's got to be bigger than the keeper, or the keeper can say that wasn't a flash in the pan.
Well, it's a zoo we're looking forward to. Also looking to see the youngster in your picture for Namibia a moment ago, wearing the number 14 jersey, that being Ndeonyema. He's a striker. He's hardly gotten involved since coming on. There's precious little service. But I'm wondering, having come on, here he is right now, having come on late in the second half, if he's going to be one of the penalty takers.
Could be. Number 14, look out for that.
Dario losing out and then committing the foul. Protecting the ball well then was Zakasume. We'll play down the line here, and Ken, it's gone out for a throw-in before Muzo can keep it moving. Oh, that's a nice take. And they win it late here. Dario! Very well closed down then. I made it up. And Dino to keep it alive. Namibia now looking to get onto the front foot and use the time that remains to try and find their breakthrough. Looking as though Armando is in no hurry. He looks as though he's looking forward to a penalty shootout if his body language is anything to go by. Eating away at the clock here. Well, all the pressure of the world is going to be on him. And Desiro as the man that will be responsible for making the saves, but he looks as though he's looking forward to his time to shine. He got involved since coming on. There's just still service. But maybe having come on, here he is right now. It didn't happen. Having come on late in the second half, if he's going to be one of the penalty takers.
Could be.
Dario and company looking to release Maestro here on the move. Made a nice little run into a nice pocket of space then, just couldn't get onto the end of it as it ran away from him. Now, Zo. Maestro dropping back. Denying Zo the cross.
How are the girls? It's just a lot of women cheating on their husbands. That's the main thing.
Question: Is this Brown Town cheating?
Yeah.
Or is
time? Well, there's 5 minutes gone by here. Namibia now very much on the front foot of the numbers they've got in the box. looking for a late winner of the Namibians, and in the ends, it's a semi-final that will be decided by a penalty shootout here. No separating Mozambique and Namibia. And well, try as they might here, they just couldn't break each other down. And a game with very few goal-scoring opportunities. These are two nations that have been stubborn defensively and canceled each other out. And lacking that extra bit of creativity in the final third, having to, well, go to the spot to find out who will join the Angolans in the final. Already has been a penalty earlier on in the take with Armando denying Muzo from the penalty spot in the first 45 minutes. That's the best moment of this match so far. Mozambique, no. Namibia, no. Penalties will decide who goes through to the final. Well, a few of the players would already have been thinking about this moment. They'll be picking up their names here or their hands and offering themselves as penalty takers. Man who looked as though he really was looking forward to the penalty shootout is Armando in the last minute or so, the last couple of minutes. Seemed as though he was time wasting the Mozambican keeper, then not in a hurry to get the ball rolling. I've been saved on already. His confidence will be nice and high. Changes were, of course, made late in the match by the coaches as well, so it'll be interesting to see whether those that have had limited game time so far in this tournament, but used up here in the semi-final, especially in the attacking areas, will be brave enough to step up and try and put the side one up. Mozambique, who, keep in mind, they've won just one match. They drew a couple in the group stages. Again, this ends in a draw. So ahead of the final, it is an area of concern for them to maybe try and get right. Finding the back of the net, the final third. Have pretty much been a tough side to break down here. Same can be said for the Namibians. So, decisions to be made here for young men that will be looking to make names for themselves. Donyema is one of them. Cold day in Gqeberha, which has played a big part in the lack of numbers we've seen out in the stands. Extremely cold day. Heavy winds. You won't feel the effects of the winds inside this venue. It's so well built to protect the beautiful game and keep it as beautiful as possible, no matter the weather or no matter the wind in the windy city. It's one of those when you're indoors, you can hear the wind outside howling. Hasn't affected the quality of the games at all. These sides just couldn't break each other down in the 90 minutes. We had another very good semi-final earlier on in the day. For the Angolans. Impressive. Now, captain stepping forward here.
We'll play in this side. Okay. I give you to play. Who win? The first who win will play. Will kick. Okay? So you take this green, take this black. Okay? It's green. It's for you to kick first. Okay? And for you attack. You play this way. Okay? Bring your team.
So, and it's the preferred language then. Looks as though it was no problem for both captains, especially I say that for Dario, the Angolan captain. No, the scoreline, and well, we wait for the penalty takers in this match. Maestro with the dreadlocks center of your picture. Another that's coming off the bench late. Have to wonder whether he will step up. So, Already, the Namibians have been ready for a while and waiting for their opponents.
So eyes are on the goalkeeper and Muzeu, that is Amardo, the penalty saver. So that's the pressure of saying, is he going to take it? Is he going to let somebody ease the pressure and take it from there? Or how big is his heart? That's the biggest question.
So Muzeu will be looking to step up and rectify that situation. Has a score to settle with Armando, but first, Ndisiro may very well be the first keeper here to have to make a save. And as the locals, going through the rules of the game.
1 foot on the line. Not before, not inside, not outside. 1 leg at least. So if you encroach, even if you say we are, then you can call me and we will talk. So be attention, we don't want encroachment. Okay? So it's like this at home. Okay? And even if we go there, we stay on the line.
Well, loud and clear, and even if I miss it, VAR are also checking for me. So encroaching is something the goalkeepers won't be getting away with.
Isn't it interesting that you and I were talking about Da Costa's saves, the 3 saves when Portugal was in action. And that's when we spoke about Da Costa.
Coming from behind the line.
From the line, because when you come from behind the line, you are safer than having 1 foot on the line.
Well, he came in as a sub. We wondered about the substitutes and how active they'd be in these penalties. Here's the first sub for Mozambique in the day, Fernandinho. Man who plays for Black Bulls, added to his 58 minutes in this tournament with some serious game time in that second half. Finds the back of the net with no problem, sending the goalkeeper the right way. Perfect start for Mozambique.
This is all for a place in the final against Angola. Good start. For now, Mozambique is 1 foot in, or 1 toe in. And after the 5th toe, then it's 1 foot in, because it's 5 kicks.
Now, Armando had a chance to get his confidence up in normal play in the first half, and, well, a replay of that moment when he denied Muzeu. He's the first up, and they've got a beef to settle the issue.
What will he change, Muzeu? Is he going to open the foot this time?
Wow, that's perfect. Perfect. Left him rooted as Namibia make it 1-1.
That's how he scored last time. And that is the question that I was asking Sisto. Why did he change? Now he does what he does best and he gets a goal.
Chose not to go either side and stand still in the middle this time.
If you want to hit it that way, hit it roof height and hit it hard.
Well, we have a situation here where I believe it's Ambida having to fetch the ball on that far side to bring it back into the box to take the penalty. And Namibia looking to take advantage of the good work Desiro had done with the last penalty. So, an experienced campaigner, a leader in the side now.
That's when the captain has to lead. The team has showed you how. You've got to do it.
Up against Armando. Well, he's chosen the side and is well beaten, Armando. That's a quality penalty. Easy as you like it. Makes it look so easy.
Well taken. Look at that height.
Roof of the net. Roof of the net.
That's the height I always talk about, Sisu. Give it some loft. Keeper will definitely go down.
Didn't look pressured at all from the moment when he had to go fetch that ball on the far side and advancing, and he looked like he had the situation under control. Dario now Desiro looking to further frustrate Mozambique. Under a bit of pressure, Dario has to score this. Denied by Desiro. Big advantage, Namibia. Big advantage.
2 goals advantage. Dario, captain, not that fantastic. Couldn't emulate his counterpart on the Namibia side.
Well, for the advantage to kick in, Desiro's teammates need to do the business here as we look back at the frustration for the captain, but they convert this, then Desiro's hard work will be paid off. They'll then convert the advantage, and there'll be all sorts of pressure on Mozambique. Has to try and save this now, Armando. The pressure on Dario will now be transferred onto him.
By the way, just looked at Dario. The reason why he didn't take that one well, he put the ball there, and then he looked down. He looked down throughout. He never looked at the keeper. Maybe not to give it away, but still he paid the price. Meaning he wasn't comfortable at all. Lift your head, know where you do or what you're doing. As is the case now.
Assuming against Armando. Proper standoff this. Easy as you like.
Stood firm, kept his balance, looked up, and knew what he wanted to do, and he did it.
As them celebrating back home, including the few that are out here in the stands at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. That's twice now. Armando's remained rooted. I think there was a point when he was wasting time, looking as though he's looking forward to the penalty shootout, Armando. Maestro, we wondered if you'd take a penalty. Forward steps. Desiro will be appearing larger than life now with his heroic so far. Ooh, that's bottom corner. That's well taken. Keeper had guessed right, but there was no denying, Maestro.
Almost got it, but didn't you hear everyone in the stadium? They know that he almost got there.
Oh, got a touch, got a touch
to it. Got a hand to it. Wow. Almost saved all three back to back.
Namibia, well, you know what they need to do, Marks. Petrus scores, and well, we all know who Angola will be facing. Looks Armando dead in the eyes and maintains and holds that look. Petrus! Easy does it as Namibia march on through to the final. Well, there were confidence from the penalty spots. 100% record for Namibia. Whilst the hero will be Desiro for the 2 saves here. Seeing Conor Benjamin's men advance on through here in the semi-final, Marks.
He deserves it. He has had a good tournament, and the tournament is not over. He still has to play in the final. But he knew that if he doesn't score, he just has to make sure that Mozambique doesn't score either.
Oh, there's heartbreak for the Mozambicans after they couldn't break each other down in 90 minutes. It was always going to be heartbreak for one or the other from the penalty spot. They kept their cool, to the Namibians. They really did. Whether from the spots or, in Desiro's case, from the line. They did their jobs and did them to the best of their ability. Mozambique stumbled, and it's Namibia and Angola that will be the last 2 standing. Desiro very much the hero, but let's be honest, those that took penalties themselves did a very good job here for the Namibians. Well, Mozambique played their part in Group A. The Namibian story, who finished as the best runners-up. Well, that story continues. Best second-place team is now one of 2 remaining. In the match, Desiro, the African Stars win. Bota and his new friends from Namibia. Maybe off to go celebrate. Not since 2015. But they lifted the Hollywood Best COSAFA Cup trophy. Close to reliving the memories of Coach Manetti and his celebrations. Only this time it will be Benjamin and company if they get the job done on Sunday. Big day coming up on Sunday. Rest day tomorrow, which they'll look to use up wisely. But for now, they'll celebrate with the few that have turned out in their favor on that far side. Wasn't always pretty, but effective. And for those that have showed faith here at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, including out at the Isaac Wolfson Stadium, all that faith they've shown, those three supporters, colorful they are, as I paid off here over the last week and a half as they've traveled to and from following the beloved Namibian side. Well, Kamberira and Ambira were always tough in defense here. Well, things didn't necessarily work out offensively for them in the 90 minutes. They kept their shape. They were stubborn to break down, as were Mozambique. So they had to go down the penalties. And Namibia earning their spot in the final against Angola with a 4-2 win in the penalty shootout. Well, again, very little celebrating these sides. You'll see the goal attempts and shots on target, clear-cut chances with a very minimum here today, with the Namibians picking up a couple of bookings, and in the end it was always going to go down to penalties. This game was very little separating these sides. They really couldn't but cancel each other out for the most part. And in the penalty shootout, then is the Namibians that were absolutely ruthless. Desiro, from the goalkeeping point of view, then standing out, and have to say, those that took the penalties were also at their very best. Down to Marks with our man of the match.
And to present the man of the match to the goalkeeper and Desiro is Mr. Yawa. Please do the honors for us. That's fine. I'll take care of that. Thank you. At least you are not dropping them. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Looking at the game, forget the penalties. We'll come to that. Looking at the game, the pressure was too much today. And you must have felt keeping it a draw, it can still be anybody's game.
Yeah, for sure. Coming into this game, we analyzed them. We know what we can do. And we know what they can do, so it's all about keeping a cool head. We just kept on the organization, which helped us a lot, and from there, yeah, we took it to the penalties.
You took it to the penalties, cool head you kept, and those 3 penalties, and the unfortunate one. Tell us what was going through your mind. Cool head again?
Yeah, cool head. I would like to say thank you to the Almighty. Gave me the power, the strength, and the belief. And without Him, I couldn't. So He gave me strength and kept on going.
Before I speak to your coach, just from your players' perspective, big one, Angola, final, big day, all the hard work. You've got to now be rewarded for it. What's your take?
As you said, hard work pays off. We worked hard for this. We've been training hard. We've been together for a couple of maybe 2 months now that we've been training. Being in the final of the COSAFA Cup, it's a reward. As you said, hard work pays off. So we are grateful for the opportunity. We are playing the final of the COSAFA, and I would like to thank my coach and my technical staff, my players, all of them. They did a great job throughout the tournament.
Well done and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm joined by the Mozambican coach, and this is the man that really held a lot of praises. Coach, you obviously showed a lot of respect to your counterpart, and he went on to beat you. The game itself, it was tight.
Oh, of course, it was tight. Both teams well organized in defensive, offensive situation. So no one had a space to play, to keep possession. You know, my boys say we're trying to keep possession, so Namibia, they didn't give us space. Second half, we changed. We made the one sub, and then so we started to press them, so we didn't score. But so let me say congratulations, Namibia. They deserve to win. But let's prepare the boss for the future.
And you're talking about the future. That future is the immediate one on the third and fourth place on Sunday. You still have to go out there and play for pride.
Of course, we'll do that. So first what we're going to do is to recovering the players. Then we have to make some change in our squad because it was tough this game. So I think we're going to work for that. We'll continue, focus in order to get a third position.
Just a final question before I speak to Coach Benjamin. The whole achievement of going out there and say, I'll give everyone a run to see where we are as Mozambican national team. Have you achieved that, looking ahead to that statement that you mentioned, that you'll give everyone a run, looking ahead to the weekend and say, I must give everyone a run?
Okay, so I think so. We're so happy we achieved our objective, our aims for this tournament, because COSAFA give opportunity for the young players to developing football in our region. I'm so happy for all the boys, because only one goalkeeper didn't play, but all my players, they played. So that's why I will give him opportunity on Sunday, because he came here to play football. I'm so happy. Next year, we'll come strong.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Okay.
And I will be joined by the winning coach. That's Mr. Colin Benjamin. Coach, congratulations. You in the final against Angola.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Let's talk about today's game. Tight, your defense. Maybe I could read it wrong. It was so solid, tight, never sort of left each other stranded.
You know, that actually is some of the points that we take from this, that it's tournament football. We made it a point that we're gonna defend with a good behavior, with a good aggression, with a good organization and a good conviction. And I'm just thankful that what we do on the training pitch, that the boys could actually put it out in the game. And we all know that the strikers, they win you these titles or the games, but the big ones is by a good organized, structured defense.
You're speaking of strikers, and then I smile because my passion is there. Museu, why did he change his mind on the penalty? But he's got the similar situation with the Seychelles, and then he goes to penalties, and he opens the foot, and it's in the back of the net.
Exactly why we came to this tournament. So he knows that this is my strength. This is what I'm going to keep on doing. I'm going to do it to perfection, and then that's that. But changing it, that's experience. So from now on, he's gaining experience. Thank you, COSAFA. He's won an experience, and he's gonna do it differently next time. The way he knows it.
In closing, Coach, you've seen your opponent. You might have not seen them all the way, but it's a final that we know Angolans are bully up front, and you've got a good defense.
Yeah, Angola, Palancas Negras. We had them in the group phases. That's our opponents, the first game opponents. So we know exactly how they play. I think they also know exactly how we play. I'm of the opinion that it's going to be a game of on equal footing. It's going to be the one that's going to make the mistakes, that's going to lose it. But for me and for my players right now, I think we just have to enjoy this moment. It was a lot of hard work, sacrifice. You have 3-4 muscle injuries now. It basically means that these boys gave their all. So I think we just have to give them a chance to just enjoy this tonight. Probably also tomorrow, and on Sunday we see how we're going to clean up to take on the Angolans.
Coach, just amplifying instructions. That should have been the last question. But very briefly, this is the third time you're meeting the same opponent this season, this year.
It's beautiful, isn't it? That's football. Football is this game of unpredictability. We don't know what's going to happen on Sunday, so I think everybody should just look forward to that. Looking forward to that.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bye.
Well, you have heard from both coaches, and the coach that is beaming with a smile is Colin Benjamin, because Namibia is through to the final to meet Angola. And that is the side that is very, very lethal. But knowing Namibia, they can always face any opponent. But I'm not alone. I'm again joined by my colleague, Wilson. Wilson, wrap up for me.
Yeah, good game. Namibia got 2 good chances in the game. A missed penalty and one that could have been headed in. It went to shoot out, and the lottery, Namibia prevailed.
Namibia prevailed indeed, and we went to penalties. So that's it from all of us. Look out for that final on Sunday. That's Angola up against.
And this was the ideal opportunity to send a couple of younger players, give them exposure at this level, because later down this event they are very likely to play against the likes of the South African team, which is almost pretty much an academy team with 5 captain spots in the side, Uganda, Zimbabwe and Zambia. And what better exposure do you want to give young and upcoming players than that? Penalty to Algeria early on in the match. So by now we can start seeing the pool shape up, the top 8 shaping up. Strong run by Ayman Rouha for Algeria. Forced into touch. Line out to Kenya. So the Rugby Africa Sevens in 2024 will be played over 2 weekends, 2 tournaments. And the cumulative points of these 2 tournaments will be taken into consideration. And the 2 representatives of Africa in next year's World Series Challenge Tournament, the Challenge Series, will be determined according to that. South Africa, of course, and Kenya are not eligible for that, as they're already playing on the World Series. And Kenya straight away Edmund Anaya with the score. Must be very promising for Kenya Sevens to see so many young, athletic and skillful players building that pool of players that they will need going into next year's World Series. And no doubt we're going to be seeing a lot of these players featuring the end of the year in Dubai, followed by Cape Town, Perth next year, Los Angeles. Vancouver again, Singapore, Hong Kong, those countries, if they do return to the calendar on the World Series circuit. And what Kenya would want to do next year is to avoid a situation where they found themselves in where they were relegated 2 seasons ago. Tough in the World Series these days. The top 8 teams survive. They continue to go on, and the bottom 4 go into promotion relegation. And this year we saw Kenya emerge from that promotion relegation, and that'll be a penalty. Rolling with the ball and then holding on. And this will end up only one way, and that'll be either in the corner or under the posts. Certainly a long-term plan here that Kenya are working on in terms of building capacity and building depth, and it's starting to pay dividends. First signs we saw that was when Shuja qualified for the Olympic Games in that dramatic tournament in Harare in September last year when they defeated South Africa.
So let me, I don't know, because I had promised that I would